I think I'm live. If you can hear me, I should just do a double check. Um, can you hear me? You should be an echo if you can. Okay, you can hear me. I have a new laptop and I got it all set up. And I took my big computer, which keeps dying, but I put it to the side and I was going to use it because it has a big screen and use it for some things. And then I have my laptop here and I got it all set up, except I didn't have the shortcut for the music and the shortcut for the screen. I found the screen, but I couldn't find my 30-minute music. And I just paused. So there's something wrong with the with the internet connection. This is a great day. So at the last minute, I'm having to switch back to the other computer, but it's now moved way over. So my green screen was all wrong. So over here, you can see some of my books and a table. So nothing I can do about it right now. I hadn't finished cleaning up. I've been cleaning up my desk and moving things around. And so I have stuff piled up to go through and sort out. So I had to make room for my laptop, which is here. And beautiful and wonderful, and it's I'm kind of fuzzy here, and on the laptop it's not quite so fuzzy. It's got a much better camera, and it all set up. Then when I went to log in, YouTube said, "Who are you? We don't know who you are." You have to log in. So it's just one of those days, and through all of this I always decide ahead of time what I'm going to meditate on. No, I don't even remember. So we're going to have to just play it by ear. I'm going to call in source. Oh, I just remembered what we're going to talk about. You mentioned source and boom, it just comes in. Um, I've had some experience lately, and I know some other people that have had similar experiences on being triggered. So we're going to do a meditation to talk about what triggers are at it, talk about. We're not going to talk, right? We're going to connect to source and we're going to evaluate what triggers us and how we react to it. Because even in, people have divided people into groups and categories, and then there's people that are, quote, in the light, and they're following the light and they're so enlightened. And those are the very people getting triggered. So if you're in the light, let's talk about that. Let's think about it. Let's go internal and ask ourselves, what triggers us? Why does it trigger you? Why on earth do you let anything bother you? If someone has a different opinion, that's okay. They can have a different opinion. Everybody is never going to always agree with each other. I don't care whether you're talking about politics or religion. It might just be, what color is the sky? You might have a difference of opinion. It's okay. We all have our own perceptions. We have our own paradigms. Some people can't see past their paradigm. I equate it to like horses with blinders on. How far out from you your blinders are is your paradigm, and you cannot see beyond it. So don't ask other people to see beyond theirs because they can't. So you may have more. I have some kind of a green thing over there. There we go. That's gone. They may have a perception based on their experience, their background, their training, and they may actually know something you don't know. Just because you disagree doesn't make them wrong. And just because they don't agree with you doesn't make them right. It doesn't make you right either. You might both be wrong and you might both be right. It depends on the circumstances. It's not a black and white world. Okay, so let go of this, I'm right, you're wrong, because that's lose-lose. You want win-win. Win-win is I honor the God source in you, like I honor the God source in me, and we don't have to agree. And if someone has a feeling, my feeling is blah, you know what? You don't own their feelings. You can never disagree or tell people you shouldn't feel like that. I've had people tell me like that. You shouldn't feel that way. F you, that's what I say to people like that, because you don't get to tell another person what they do and don't get to feel. Your feelings are yours, they're personal. And if you happen to share them, if you don't like the way someone feels, move on. It's none of your business. That's how they feel. Now, if you feel the same, you might want to say, oh, I understand. And if you don't understand how they feel or why, just move on. But of course, if you're a more enlightened being, you might say, what is it that caused you to feel that way? Do you know? They may not know. They may be wrapped up in their feelings. And if they don't know, just say, okay, I was just curious. Sometimes people don't want to talk about why they feel the way they do. But I always like to go within and, well, you just felt this. Was this good? Not so good? Why did you feel that way? What was the reason? But that's me asking me. You don't get to tell me what I feel. And no one else gets to tell you how you feel. Your feelings are your own. So is your opinion. You can have any opinion you want, as long as you're not hurting another person. If someone else doesn't like your opinion, that's their problem. Okay. Even if they know or believe that you're totally wrong and everyone around you thinks you're wrong, so what? Your opinion. Now, when people disagree with me, I like to understand where they're coming from. But I find that a lot of people are not able to talk about why they believe what they believe because they don't know what they believe. They've been programmed. But if you haven't been programmed, you should be able to have a mature discussion about what you believe without getting upset. Okay? You should have your beliefs. You should know why you believe what you believe. It's not a program, it's your belief. And be open to the fact that other people aren't going to agree with you. And that's okay. They're allowed to have a different belief. We each incarnated to different religions, different cultures, different skin colors, different eye colors. So what? We're all still part of Source. And we all have different backgrounds, different education, different experiences, different ages. Some people are real young. Some people are like me, are real old. So we're going to have a different perspective. I remember things that other people that happened before other people were even born, but I lived through it. I'm going to have a very different perspective than someone who, well, like a lot of people I know were born in the 60s. I was born in the 40s. I remember the 50s. Okay. I remember Eisenhower. I said that in a post one day, and someone said, oh my God, you remember Eisenhower. Okay. So I remember things because I lived it. That's not the same as reading what someone else says happened. That's just their perspective. And it may not have even been their perspective. They may have read about it from someone else and are just expressing what someone else said. But it depends on where you lived, how you lived, what culture were you in? Were you in the US? Were you overseas? Everyone's going to have a different experience of the 50s, the 60s, whatever. So just accept the fact that we're all different. We have different opinions. And so we're going to go within tonight and we're going to look at what triggers us, because there's no excuse for getting mad at someone who expressed their opinion on social media. If you don't like their opinion, move on. If you find their opinion offensive, block them. So what? Just move on. If I don't want to see someone's crap because I think they're just okay, do your thing, but you're not going to do it in my space, I just block them. What the heck? I don't care. They don't even know. And if you think, well, they may have a perspective that's different from mine, but I'd like more information, then still move on and just wait and see what else they post. But you don't have to react. You don't have to get nasty. You don't have to send ugly emails to them or whatever. And that's what I do. Someone sends me a nasty gram, I just block. You don't like that I liked something you posted? You don't want me to like it anymore? No problem. I'll just go and unlike everything I ever liked you posted. I don't care. And then I'll block you. So, if you are upsetting someone, that's their problem. I don't desire to upset people, so I just get them out of my life. If you're angry at me, that's okay. You can be angry at me. If I apologize and you're still angry, I'm done with you. I mean, I've apologized. If you can't accept my apology, that's on you, not me. I'll say it with love. I will say I'm sorry. I will move on or whatever, but it's up to you to deal with your stuff, not me. So that's what we're going to meditate on tonight. Okay. So let's see. I have to do a share screen. Oh, we use binaural beats still. I managed to get the binaural beats up. So if you have a headset, get the headset and pick your stance. So you're going to sit, stand, walk, or lay down. Go ahead and get ready. And I opened this twice. Okay. Whatever. There we go. Let me get the music going. Let's see, I have to do share sound. And I have to do stereo. So the binaural beats will work for you. And let me get the music on. Okay, so let's go ahead into our inner space. And close your eyes. And just relax. And open your mind to listening for thoughts. So we're going to listen to who we are at this time. What was the last time someone upset you? What was the last time someone posted something you didn't like? How did you react? So we're going to do some clearing work, some healing work, clearing our chakras and our energy. And while we do that, I want you to just consider what your thoughts are about what triggers you, what gets you going, and what is an alternative reaction or way that works for you to deal with it, where you're not infringing on someone else's free will and you're not harming them in any way. So we're going to call on ourselves first to ground deep within the earth. And then we're going to call on Mother Earth to send her yin energy up into our body, into our feet, relaxing our feet, into our legs, relaxing our legs, into our first chakra, relaxing our first chakra, and then the second chakra, and moving up to the third chakra at the solar plexus, and then into the heart chakra, and then into the throat chakra, and then into the fifth chakra, the ajna center, and then into the seventh chakra at the top of the head. And bring that energy into the palms of our hands and up our arms, so that our entire body is now filled with grounding, healing, earth yin energy. And now we call on Father Sun to bring his yang energy down into our body, down through each of the chakras, and down to the tips of our fingers and the tips of our toes, integrating the yin and the yang, balancing us, harmonizing, centering, and healing all aspects of our body, our emotions, our mental, mind, thoughts, and our auric field, all 7 layers. And in this wonderful, balanced, vibrating state, we connect to Source, and we ask for Source's guidance for any thoughts that come up during our meditation where we got triggered for any reason, and an alternative way to possibly deal with things that trigger us. So I'll just let you enjoy the meditation and your connection to Source. begin to come back into the room. Gently wiggle your toes and fingers. Be very gentle so you don't get a headache. Just come back slowly. If you have your journal, begin to write on the journal. Meet the ground, just have a sip of water. I'm going to stop the music and stop the share. There we go. So how was that for you? Did you have insights? I know one of the things that happened when I brought the yin energy, it was like all the energy moved up. And I was like, oh, there's too much energy in my head. So then I brought in the yang energy and it brought it all down. So I don't know if you experienced that or not. I'm not sure why it just all the energy came up into my head, but hopefully that didn't happen to you. But I had some wonderful insights from Source. And another thing I didn't mention ahead of time, but one of the things that I also like to do is anytime I've blocked someone, I like to just send them love, disconnect any cords, wish them well on their journey, and just send them some love because you're not mad at them. You're not even upset at them. You just don't want that energy in your life, and that's your right. So remember to always do that as well. But I had some wonderful insights, and I'm going to go write in my own journal. So I hope this worked for you. I hope it was a great meditation. Thank you for joining.